Oh my god, this is so many. Today I'm going to be selling all of my wigs. Can't believe I'm deciding to sell them all.
So one question that I've always had is, what do YouTubers do with all of the products that they use, try out, buy, sample, and review in their content, especially if it's a very specific niche or topic that they produce for their audience? Like a makeup artist that is trying to find the exact perfect shade of red lipstick will undoubtedly go through potentially hundreds of red lipsticks until they find the one. But that means that there are 99 other lipsticks that will never get used. Now, Michaela recently just did a massive makeup overhaul where she got rid of pretty much like 60 or 70% of her makeup because she was decluttering and no longer using it. Lydia Millen literally got rid of almost every single one of her luxury bags in her collection, and anyone in the tech space might end up putting all of their stuff on eBay or on Amazon for other people to buy and consume, finding new life for products that have done their purpose for this particular person. In my case, however, you might end up with tens of wigs that now need to find a new home so that they can continue to be enjoyed. Because I have been reviewing, trying, sampling, and producing wigs for well over 8 years now, and I actually ended up creating my own wig brand. So that means I have a bunch of wigs that I no longer use. Today we're going to try to sell them all. You're usually used to that side of my studio, but let me introduce you to this side. It's way more fun. Welcome to the wig studio. So if you book a try-on consultation with me to try on one of my Stellari branded wigs, this is where you're going to come, this is what you're going to see. But right now, on my wig wall that I built myself, which means some of them are falling off, there are actually a bunch of my old wigs that are not from my own brand that I had built basically my entire career on. Human hair wigs that I custom created, styled, wore, and obsessed over at a very specific time of my life. I am now a serious brand owner and I need to be one with my own products. Call it brand exclusivity from Stellari hair to Stella Cini. Anyways, and I no longer wear them. That's kind of the main thing. I really don't like Starbucks. What do you guys like in your coffee shops? I want to say I think I have anywhere between 30 to 50 wigs in here that I've been collecting for many years. And I have even more that I washed on the other side that I will need to style. I did have in mind to sell all of them, except some of them, I swear to God, have some sentimental value. Like, who remembers this? Tell me someone remembers this. Oh my god! What needs to be lightly cleaned and what is ready to be sold, basically. What is this doing here? This is actually this is a sample from my own brand. This is when I still had my old logo tags. Now I have my official brand logo there. But, you know, she was cute. She's red. I love red, but I'm not selling you. What the hell? You're a baby. Ew. Oh my god. In the beginning, I went through so many sampling phases for when I was launching my own wigs, and this was one of the suppliers. This was such a bad wig. I really wanted to find a supplier who could nail the emerald color. This actually was very similar. Like, I don't actually have one of my emerald wigs. This was one of the wig samples that I got, and this is the main one that I went for. So this is what you'd get if you'd now order one of my wigs. Look at the inside of my wigs, right? Like, this is beautiful, first of all, but I'm extremely biased. Like, I want to create something that, you know, the layperson is able to wear very easily. So like the wig construction is relatively straightforward. So if you're a beginner, this isn't going to be like particularly difficult. This one was like, look how I chopped up this poor thing. This was not good. Also, it needs to be washed. Ew. I'm fairly sure it is shampooed. It was shampooed. It just has residual, product. Ugh. I feel like you guys need to be closer for this. This is a wig that I've now, like, it's overworn from my end. The hair is actually in good condition. Like, this thing is beautiful. But look how I was DIYing all of my wigs back in the day. Obviously, I was chopping them up and doing everything that I now do with my products. But at the time, I was like, what if? Honestly, I'm kind of proud of how far I've come. Also, I don't know if it's visible in the camera, but this was when I was first experimenting with bleach knots, and the thing is so patchy and uneven, and honestly, I don't know what the hell I was doing. But I learned a lot from it, so, you know, whoever will get these wigs, you're gonna see like a bunch of my own testing on it. Right now, I'm literally just trying to figure out what I actually have and what I don't. Oh god, I remember this. 2023, I was marking all of the wig samples that I got in permanent marker. So this was the second sample from some company called KSH. Look at my little DIY. This was me attempting to sew darts on the inside of this wig. I also ended up filming a video with this wig, but holy shit, I butchered this so bad. Look, if you want to buy the wig from the video, you know can. So I know a lot of you guys are going to be asking why I'm not donating these wigs and why I'm going to be charging someone for these wigs. And I am going to be donating some of it. I have a bit of a conscience. But also a lot of these wigs, first of all, were ones that I purchased. Like a lot of these were genuinely either samples for my own brand or else wigs that I bought for different projects. Not only that, but then I ended up coloring them and customizing them in a way that I put a lot of hours into it. And I feel like if I were to just donate them, a lot of that work, the appreciation for it, would kind of be given at random to whoever would pick out the wig or whoever would just request a free wig. Like my more natural colors, I am going to be donating them because I do genuinely feel that people can rewear them and there's not much of myself in it because I rarely would have created natural colors. But like this is my periwinkle wig. Like I remember I spent hours dyeing this wig to get it to this particular color. And don't get me wrong, it's shit. Like looking back at it now, the color is so uneven. It is so patchy. But when I did it, I remember this outline idea that I had, I was like, this is revolutionary. And since then, this color has become one of my favorites. So some of these I will be donating, but a lot of these I do want to sell to the equally weirdos like me who like color and also who might appreciate some of my earlier work. So that's that. But don't worry, all of my natural wigs are going to be donated. So we'll go through those as well. There's one thing, like I don't want to toot my own horn, but nowadays I can dye a wig relatively well. Like I take custom orders. I want to say I can dye wigs relatively well. But back in the day, I was shit. I don't know if you guys remember this. This is from 2021. I had first launched my own collaboration with Silk or Lace, which was a wig retailer based in the States. And we came out with a baby pink wig. It's here somewhere. I know we are here somewhere. And an emerald green wig, except it wasn't quite the emerald that I wanted. It was a little bob moment. And this is my actual unit. So this is going there too. Other parts of me realized that these are just sitting in a box. I'm not using them. I wish I was using them, but I'm not. And someone else might use them better. Someone else might also not have money to buy a brand new wig. So because of the fact that I probably would have worn these wigs once or twice, they are still in relatively good condition. And I think they should be worn more. This one desperately needs a wash. Okay, what do I do with these? Are my purple extensions from last year from when I visited Joseph in Utah. I went to the States to get hair extensions in my hair for no other reason except for this collaboration with Joseph, and it ended up being the best 5 days of my life. I was in the States for 5 days and that boy, he did me good. Wow, and I still have them. These I won't sell. I'm sorry. I know you guys want my purple extensions, but I'm not selling these. Keep. What on earth are you? Oh, good grief. Oh, you poor thing. Oh my God. This is my burgundy wig that is now very much no longer burgundy or like a mousy brown. It could be a look. This could be a color. I feel like you guys aren't really not seeing what I'm seeing. Come closer. I want to say this is 2019, but I remember I cut curtain bangs. This is from my curtain bangs video that went viral years and years and years ago, and I haven't really used it much since. Hello. Now, I've probably said this a couple times, or if I didn't, I'm going to say it now. Wigs do have a shelf life, and by that I mean they're not going to expire. But there is a limit to how often wigs can be used for the simple reason that, guess what? Wigs, despite being made from human hair, are not growing from a human, which means that the more you wear them, the more the hair is slowly going to break down. Because unlike our hair, which is constantly growing and regenerating, this is hair that is not. Once it starts shedding, once you start heat styling it more and more often, the more you're going to slowly break down how the hair is actually made. And especially if it's colored hair, there is going to be a certain number of wears that it can tolerate before it essentially just starts looking either way too patchy or else the hair is just going to be way too dry. There are some wigs that can have a very long, let's call it shelf life or wear life, like years. But those wigs normally start from about $3,000 to $4,000 and can go up to $11,000. Any wig that you are going to buy for hundreds are going to have a shorter wear life. The wigs that, for instance, I create for my own brand, depending on how often you wear them, can have either a longer shelf life or a shorter one. However, because you are working with processed and bleached hair, there is going to be a limit to how many times you can wear the wig. need a wash. And I think this was the very first wig that I ever installed and slept in. And I remember it being such a weird feeling. Like up until that point, I've never slept in a wig. And now this is, for instance, day 2 wig. Kind of want to keep it, kind of want to see it on someone else. This is a wig that I cut into a topper. So now we just have this without the front hairline. Oh, we have a synthetic wig. What? Seriously, what are you doing? What is this? It's a good question. What are you? Oh, I know which one you are. I didn't like you. This wig is, I think, a 230 density wig, 7-year-old wig that I think I wore 3 times. Extremely good quality. I just didn't like how thick it was. In fact, 230% density is not a percentage that I like to work with. It is simply too thick. But if anyone wants a super thick wig, you know, this might be good for you. I'm just gonna wash it for you because, ew. I'm not gonna lie, this is kind of making me sentimental. Does anyone remember this wig? Or is it just me? I made an apple green wig when I was maybe 19. And this wig is so bad. Not the wig itself, but just the way I cut it. And I remember the way I styled it, it looked so bulky. I never ended up cutting off this back piece of lace, which meant that it always kind of looked a bit weird. What are you? Oh, and this is another topper or another wig that I cut into like a weird topper that is now just here. How many wigs was that? What? This wig has 2 stories. So this wig was a wig that I got as a sample from a supplier. I liked the way it fit as a wig, like the lace was nice. However, this, they told me, is a 180% density wig, and this thing, look, it basically had nothing. This was so useless, and it was an expensive sample, and the coloring was horrible. So I ended up using it to test out the samples from my own color line that I'm still working on, because guess what? I'm a bit of a perfectionist bitch. And these were the colors. Look how vibrant this is. I don't want to throw this away because this is a testament to 2 separate samplings that I did. I don't know how these synthetic wigs ended up here. I must have been sampling a variety of suppliers and they sent me their synthetic wigs and I did not like them because I don't like synthetic wigs. Bye. Okay. Every time I wear a wig, I always go ahead and wash it. And washing a wig with hot water and soap does way more for cleanliness than it would just a standard hair. But also, if we're thinking of things like lice or any sort of bacteria, a lot of them do need an active live host or a live blood supply. Wigs do not have them. So even if there would be the option to infect them with things like lice, they wouldn't live on a wig. So for the most part, they are washed like you would any garment to get rid of odors, to get rid of sweat, to get rid of product, and then they are ready for restyling. This one, for instance, is clean. It just needs a lot of TLC. This is my Billie Eilish wig. I wore this to see Billie Eilish. Parts of me kind of wants to keep it. Parts of me are absolutely outraged by the fact that this is a fundamentally bad wig. Like, this is not a good wig. A box. Ooh, a Stella brush. What are you doing here? Oh God, okay. Whilst we're having a light break, because I have too many wigs, let me introduce you to wigs that I will not be selling from previous projects of mine. This one, which I custom colored to match my Versace platforms. I've surprisingly worn this wig well more than I thought I would. Like, I've actually worn this wig somewhat more than some of my natural colors, and because of that, I like it. It's still in the one style that I created like 2018, 2019, and I just keep re-wearing it like that. So that one's staying. Obviously, my dreadlocks. I counted it, 30 hours creating this wig, and I love it so much. Like that wig, I wore it never outside. Like, I never actually wore it out. But that is like a prized possession. If I have a shop, technically I do, that has a mannequin, that would be displayed. It wouldn't be for sale. It would just be like, look what I created. That one. That. I don't know if my YouTube fam knows this about me, but I actually went up with Malta's Eurovision delegation this year. And I actually ended up creating the wig that the Malta representative for the song contest wore on stage, where 160 million people saw her. And it's that one. Okay. She has seen better days, but she was also worn every single day for a 2-week period, flipped around, washed, recolored 3 separate times, and is still alive to tell the tale. I will never get rid of this wig. This wig is actually proof of actually a very wholesome thing. Like, I didn't think I would ever be a wig stylist, in the sense I didn't ever think that my skills could reach that of a global audience. And yet my work was taken up to Switzerland for 2 weeks so that the Mariana could wear it on stage for Eurovision. I never shared it with you guys.
That one right there, which is from when I created a mullet with baby bangs. A lot of people hated that. My boyfriend at the time included, but I wear this wig surprisingly often. Like, this wig is actually such a comfort wig for me because I actually love a micro bang, and anytime I feel like something a bit more edgy or alternative, this is what I go for. I love her. It also has like a really nice like natural wave. Like, look at it. She's actually fucking cute. So that one I'll never get rid of. This one next to it is a sample that I actually really liked from a brand. So I kept it. That's the story. And then this is from one of my very first videos that ever went viral. And it was the one that a lot of people actually gave me a lot of shit for because I titled it One Length Bob with Bangs. And it was a wig. I didn't care though because it is a one length bob with bangs. And I get to put it on and wear it anytime. So that one's staying. It also got me my first 1 million views, so sucks to whoever hated on it. That's it.
The one thing that I've never learned to do in my professional career as a YouTuber is appropriate color grading and lighting. I know the lighting in this video is crap. I don't know what to do about it. I don't think I'm really showing you the extent of what it is that I am getting rid of. Like, there's still more in this box. There's still all of this, like all of this middle part is to go, and I'm washing 3 more by the basin. So I think these are ready to sell, although maybe I should wash this here to wash. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 11, no, 10, 22, 26, 27, 28, 32, and then 3 more at the basin. 36 wigs. A lot of work to do. Okay, let's get to work. What? I want to sort out the non-urgent cleaning ones first. These would be wigs that are entirely clean, but in the washing process, not all of the glue went from inside the hairline. So here's a really easy hack to get rid of any like stickiness. A small spray bottle, rubbing alcohol, or as we call it here in Europe, surgical spirit. I think I'm influenced way too much by American media because I went into the pharmacy and asked for rubbing alcohol, cleaning alcohol, and she's like, do you mean surgical spirit? And I'm like, yes, I do. I'm just absorbing way too much American media. Fill it up halfway with the alcohol and the other half with water. And this is going to do 2 things when spraying it on the inside of your wig. It's going to disinfect anything that needs to be disinfected, but it's also going to break up any of that residue that is still stuck on the inside lace of the wig. I'll show you. Final touches on the inside of the wig. Some wigs are going to have very minor adjustments, like this one from when I sewed it up, probably to make it tighter, and I'm contemplating removing them or not, but truth be told, I think I want to leave them for the simple reason that this, I did it to improve the wig, and I kind of want whoever wears it next to see those improvements and see the changes. So if you receive a wig with any sort of minor amendments, that was me trying to make a product better. I'm gonna touch up the ends a tiny bit because I really don't want to give anyone a scraggly ass wig. And then some leave-in conditioner, just so that it kind of feels soft again, because this wig is kind of on the last legs, so it might be best for like cosplay. Or if you want something a bit more messy. Oh, that feels nice. Boom, wig number 1. She looks a bit scraggly, so you know, take her with a bit of an open mind. All right, here are all the wigs that are ready to be sold. A 360 wig in size large. Wavy. This one's actually gorgeous and she's super soft. I'm gonna call her Rebecca. Next, we have Susie. And Susie is a golden blonde, blunt cut wig with bangs and the most gorgeous wavy texture. Say hi, Susie. I actually really love the style of this wig. Look how gorgeous. And it's entirely full lace. Susie. Amanda. She is a 360 wig, meaning that there is full lace all around and then wefts in the middle, and I believe she is a medium to large size. Obviously, you can adjust from the base. She has natural roots up at the top and then a gorgeous orange color all around. Have I mentioned the bangs? She's got bangs. I cut bangs into her because I think it will look better like it. Anyways, human hair.
obviously. Hi, Amanda. I loved wearing you. Now you need to go and be. Do you guys remember this wig? This was my very first attempt at a rainbow hair color. And I was so proud of the color I achieved. Obviously with each wash the yellows kind of faded out, so now it kind of has this like oil slick effect with the navy blue all over. But it was one of my very first attempts at such a color. Obviously I ended up staining the entire inside of the wig, and I've definitely improved in my wig coloring since then. But I'm kind of sad to see it go. She is however a size medium, transparent lace, and a lace front wig. Here's how she looks unstyled. That's better. I'm gonna call her Amethyst. This one I'm actually so sad to part with. This was one of the first wigs that I ever created in a fashion color setting, and I remember I used Guy Tang's direct dyes to get this coral and magenta effect. I've worn this so many times and the color is still somehow so vibrant. It is however time for someone else to wear it, so a 360, a full lace wig with a custom Stella Cini adjustable band sewn in with my very limited sewing skills. I'm also fairly sure I accidentally cut the ear tabs a bit too short, so that is something to keep in mind if you're eyeing this wig. But she is a size medium, so it could be something fun to wear. It is beautiful. Oh, I'm gonna miss you. Look how absolutely gorgeous that looks with the gold necklace. Look how long this is. Oh my god. I'm gonna miss this one. I think this one I'm gonna miss. But I do want to make room for my own creations now on my own wig basis. And as much as I am going to miss these particular color combinations, I know that I can now do better. I want to name this one Coral, obviously. I was gonna sell this. I washed it, I prepped it, I styled it, I was gonna sell this. I'm not, however. I love a curly mullet and I can just see it even in a rental setting. Like if anyone here in Malta decides they need a curly mullet, no. Sorry, I'm keeping this one. Oh my god, look how cute this hair is. My dream hair in so many different ways. And it is probably one of my proudest creations ever. Her. Years and years ago for a brand sponsorships, and I achieved this color by diluting blue black dye, dipping this in for like 2 minutes, and this is the color it got. This is it. Here she is from the side. She is a full lace wig in 18 inches length and 180% density. So she's not the thickest, but she's still got, actually I think that's 150. No, that's 150 density. But she's still gorgeous. Oh my god. The hair is still so soft and the color held up so well. So if you guys want proof of how good the dilution method works by just taking a really dark permanent color and diluting it, here's your proof. Here's your evidence. This is it. This is also the natural hair texture. Like this is straight. We're gonna call this Minta. PSA to whoever's getting this. Is my favorite wig right after Coral or before Coral. This and Coral go like hand in hand. This is my good side. But also, this is another wig that I achieved with the exact same technique as the Coral one, except this I did it with pitch black because I wanted to show how you can get gray with just pitch black hair dye. Look at it. I did touch up the color a tiny bit, and this thing has the most gorgeous curl pattern, so I love her so much. It has got an interesting haircut, so you know, get creative. But she is a transparent lace front wig, medium, with my DIY elastic band sewn in once again. Clearly, there was a time in my career where I was like, you know, it will make a difference for wigs, elastic bands, and I was right. Who's this wig for? I'm not sure, but it is kind of a vibe if you're going for like that messy, unhinged look. Here she is from the side. I do love a fucking bob, so don't knock it till you like try it. Wait, oh my god, I'm obsessed actually. Should I bring this color as a permanent color to Stellari? Was I onto something here? This is gorgeous. Anyways, bob. Except she's kind of giving, I feel like Charlize Theron could wear this wig really well, so I'm gonna name her Theron. Bye Theron, enjoy your new life as someone's spicy wig. Maybe this could be good for roleplay. It's not my favorite thing, wearing wigs, but it might be yours, so you know, you do you. Just tell your man, either commit to pulling it off or else if it's glued on, don't touch. Another medium-sized lace front transparent lace wig. I'll be fully honest, I don't entirely remember creating this wig, but it's in my collection, so clearly there's a YouTube video somehow tied to it. I want to call her Melinda. She's a bit of TLC. She's a bit dry in the ends, but if you're handy with a curling iron or braids, this could be really good for you. Or if you want like an old lady wig, This is just that right amount of yellow gray. So if you're looking once again for a human hair cosplay wig, this is her. She is 16 inches. I just trimmed her today. She still has a bit of life left in her, and I think she could look really good. All she needs is some love. So if you want to get your hands dirty with a not so expensive used wig, this is her. Boom. And here she is from the front. Bye, Melinda. We love you. And the final one from today's renovations. I think I'm literally gonna call her Mrs. Joker. She actually has a lot of life left in her. This is sort of a lace front, meaning it doesn't go all the way around. Instead, you get these ear tabs right over here. So it could be very good as a beginner wig because you'd only need to glue down this portion. So if you want some Joker cosplay, this is your wig. You can Jared Leto your way into any convention. She's clean. She's straight naturally because I did not straighten her, and this is how she came out. She still has a lot of saturation. Look at this color. Whoa. So that's it. I think she could work super well for anyone looking for an extremely vivid green wig. If you aren't, might not work for you. But if you are, bye, Mrs. Joker. You will only be kinda missed because I think I wore you twice. Oh my god! Seeing them packed up like this is actually heartwarming, but also like it's the end of an era. I'm not even joking. I do still have over 20 wigs left to prep, so I think it's going to have to be a two-parter video. With these first 8 wigs going on sale now on Depop, where you can buy them and get your hands on all of my past work. However, as a thank you for all of your continued support throughout anything that I keep doing, I want to make this process a tiny bit more fun for you. I'm not actually going to be selling this wig. I'm going to be giving it to one of you. I have been doing this particular section of my job for nearly 10 years now. Over 10 years now. And whilst I do want to say that a lot of hard work went into obviously creating the content, every single influencer is bullshitting you if they tell you that they are entirely the source of their success. A source of a content creator or an influencer or an influential person's success is almost entirely made up of their fan base, of their loyal viewers, of the people who dedicate time to watch their content. You guys are my people. I know I've made comments before that I do not read your comments, but I'm lying. I do read your comments. In fact, I read your comments so often that I recognize the same usernames that comment time and time again. I recognize the people who tell me that they've watched my video 10 years ago and can see my growth. I watched and read the comments, even the ones that tell me that I do shit work, or the ones that in retrospect tell me that I did shit work and I'm now doing better work, because I get those comments as well. I have started my brand, I have my own space, I have a series of products that I create and manufacture under my own name, and I now get to work on clients, bringing them more joy through the craft that I learned through this channel. So I'm going to be gifting this full lace wig, custom colored wig, to you guys. All I want from you is to comment below how you would wear it. I just want to know how you'd wear it. I will reveal the winner of this wig in the next part of this video series, so if you comment below, watch part 2. Wherever you are, I will ship it to you. And if you're interested in any of the other wigs and want to get your hands on them too, they're going to be now on Depop and they are going to be shipped wherever you want. So in case I haven't made it obvious, thank you so much for supporting my work, and I hope you're going to enjoy part 2 of this video.